Wow, it's great to be here. So I'm going to talk about, first of all, to all retailers here, you may not know, but you should really be proud about what you do to fight plastic pollutions. Because together with TOMRA, you have been able to collect during last year 40 billion containers, which is an amazing number. And that's something we could never have done alone, and it's always a cooperation to be able to do it. Of course, 40 billion is, as I said, the big number. But by working together to create an even greater recycling experience, it's also possible to deliver a lot more and to fight a lot more pollution as well. At the same time, to generate more business for you as a retailer. You know, every minute, around the clock, every week, month, every minute, actually 1 million plastic bottles is being bought all around the world. This is increasing rapidly. Next year, it will already be 1.2 million containers, plastic bottles, being bought during 1 minute. And the plastic bottle, in a way, is a symbol of the throwaway society. Because plastic was made in the beginning to last for several hundred years. It still lasts for several hundred years, but we use it as a one-time usage. We buy it, we throw it away. It's actually the symbol of a bad way of living. It's not sustainable long term. So actually, if you look at packaging plastic, all the packaging plastic being produced in the world, only 2% of all the plastic is being recycled in a closed loop, meaning that the plastic keeps its value, so you can reuse it and generate same or similar type of products. It's only 2%. The rest disappears. It's actually landfilled, or it's littered in the nature, or it is incinerated. Some of it is collected for recycling, but most of the recycling is what we call downcycling. So we make carpets, we make fleece jackets and so forth, and then you don't recycle it anymore. So then also that plastic is lost both to the world economy, but also to the ability to actually generate new products. I think we can safely say that over the last 2-3 years, things are really about to change. So there's a lot of awareness, especially related to plastic and plastic littering and marine pollution. And we see that consumers really put requirements onto how they are going to live forward, and they put requirements on the products they would like to buy. So they would like to have a more sustainable approach and also have recycled plastic in the products they buy. We also see politicians are starting to change the plastic waste laws, and also put in place circular economy amendments to the legislation in different countries. And I'm sure most of you also know about the new targets being set by European Union on both collection and recycling of plastic and other materials. We also see that brand owners, the big brand owners, see that their competitiveness is also based on being sustainable going forward. So we know that there are a lot of targets being set to have the amount of recycled plastic into their products going forward. We see that what we call clean loop recycling is a good solution to this. This is nothing we can do alone. It's all part of a cooperation. But when you see all the products we have here, if you put a bottle into any of these machines, that bottle will enter the loop, the clean loop recycling loop. So it will keep the bottles clean, and it will make it possible to reuse a bottle many, many times. So it's going from single use to multiple use, which is exactly what we want to do. But as I said, it's not possible only for one stakeholder to do this. This is a cooperation, and the retailers is definitely at the heart of this. Because when you look at beverages, they are being bought at the retailer, and they are also being returned at the retailer. So that's why the retailer is so extremely important. And we, of course, want people to come back again and again to return their bottles to be able to get the clean loop recycling really to work. So one good way of saying it is that when you buy a beverage, you buy a drink, you actually buy the contents, but you borrow the bottle. And that's something to think about, because that's what we do when we have a deposit scheme. We return the bottle again, we have only borrowed it. I think we can really work together, and it's important. As I said earlier, we together collect 40 billion containers. We really want to increase that, and a way to do that is to make a really great recycling experience so that consumers come back again to the store. One thing is then that this is extremely good for recycling, but it's also good for business. So when you run a store and you get the redeemers coming back to your store again and again because you can present a great recycling experience, that's also extremely good for the business because you generate loyal customers, which is exactly what you want to do as a retailer. We have some examples on that. We have done surveys in many countries. One example here you can see on the screen is Sweden, where the respondents say that 45% of them said that when they do the big weekly shopping, that's also the time where they return their bottles. So there's a link between actually spending the money in the store and returning bottles. It's the same in Finland. 79% of the consumers use their deposit refund to buy groceries at the store. I said in the beginning that we collect together more than 40 billion containers. I have some more facts here. If you look during 1 year, actually more than 6 billion euro is being paid out in deposits. And most of that is used also then to buy groceries in the stores. During a year, more than 2 billion consumer sessions, meaning during a year actually more than 2 billion times someone enters the store to use the reverse vending machine. And we have machines in more than 50,000 stores, so all these measurements are related to those statistics. We believe that if we work together, it's actually possible to really increase the closed loop, the clean loop recycling from 2%. And Stefan said earlier today, for those of you listening to his talk, that our goal is to increase it to 30%. And our goal on collection of bottles and cans is to actually increase from 40 billion to 500 billion to be able to help the planet and to be able to really get a sustainable result out of this. So I hope you will all take a look around at the booth, talk to my team here, find good solutions, see how we can really improve the recycling experience in a good way. We're all eager to help you here. Thank you.